Over Science Bellwork, week 14, day 4. Still talking about what causes ocean tides. So, first paragraph, predicting tides is important for many reasons, especially because low tides sometimes expose dangerous rocks or shallow areas that are difficult for ships to navigate around. In the past, sailors used the phases of the moon to predict tides. Sailors discovered that spring tides happen at the same time as the full moon or new moon, and the neap tides occurred during the first or third quarters of the moon. It wasn't until Sir Isaac Newton produced his theory of gravity in 1687 that people understood why there was a relationship between the height of the tide and the phase of the moon. Newton knew that the sun and the moon exerted gravity on Earth. He theorized that when these bodies aligned, as happened during a full or new moon, their gravitational forces combined to make the tides more extreme. All right, so part A wants us to explain how Isaac Newton's theory of gravity accounted for the occurrence of spring tides when the moon was full or new. So if we look to this second paragraph here, Newton knew that the sun and moon exerted gravity on Earth. He theorized that when these bodies aligned, as happened when there is a full moon or new moon, right, spring tide, neap tide, okay. So remember, when the sun, the moon, and Earth are aligned, that would be a spring tide. They realize that their gravitational forces combine to make these tides more extreme. So that's when we have higher high tides, lower low tides, the spring tides, because remember, that's when sun, moon, and Earth are all in alignment. So you have the sun and the moon pulling on Earth in the same direction, so there's going to be a greater gravitational pull there. So our response should be something similar to excuse me. Newton realized that both sun and moon exert gravitational force on the tides, and these forces combine during a full or new moon. All right. There we go. So there's your response to part A. Part B, even though the tides are the same during a full moon and a new moon, one of these moon phases helps sailors navigate better at night. Which one? Explain your answer. So think full moon or new moon. So new moon right here, as you see, shaded in pretty dark. Full moon, not shaded in at all. I would say full moon because if you can tell by this diagram, it's going to provide much more light than what a new moon would. So full moon because it provides more light. And there you have it. There's your bell work for week 14, day 4.